have some fun new makeup I wanted to try on with you guys today, and most of it is from Fenty. I saw they had a big summer launch, so while I was in LA, I did stop at Sephora on my last morning there, and I happened upon a bunch of new stuff. Now, I just did a Sephora haul. I know, like, what has it been, like a week with some new things too? But yeah, we have more new stuff to play with. It's never ending when it comes to new and beauty. I love to try on everything with you and get some first impressions. Of course, we do a wear test as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So our main complexion product we're going to be starting with today is kind of a very light tint. So I think our makeup today overall is going to be a little bit more natural today to kind of go with this. But Fenty came out with something new. This is their Hydra Visor Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 30. So I think they do have a Hydra Visor sunscreen, but this is their new tinted one. And I feel like, I don't know, I always get so excited when Fenty launches something new. They literally just launched a new foundation a couple weeks ago, and we already have another new thing. But this is cool. If you are buying this, make sure if you're in store, don't forget to add the case to your cart. I think the case was like $6 or something, because you kind of have to assemble it together. But it's actually really cool packaging. So here's our casing, and let's put our tint in there. This is how it looks. Let's see, hopefully we're doing this correctly. I know when I swatched this in store, it was really, really light, so I'm not expecting much coverage. And since this is our SPF of the day, I don't think I want to wear a primer, because I want to make sure my skin is getting the SPF benefits as well. The case, it just opens up like this. So cool. I think you can also buy the sunscreen to put in here if you don't want the tint. But yeah, we're going to try this out. I picked shade 2. So hopefully this works. You know, I think the best way to apply this is probably just going to be with our fingers. That's how I usually do a sunscreen or a tint. As you can see, it's definitely very pigmented. I want to see if I like this more than my Color Science one. This one would be a little bit cheaper, but I featured my Color Science in one of my last favorites videos. Oh, okay. I probably should have done like one side first so you guys could see. This is so different to me. I hate putting on complexion stuff with my fingers. It just grosses me out for some reason. It just feels gross, like on my fingers, you know? I hate getting product on my hands. I'm such a brush girl when it comes to putting stuff on. But yeah, with SPF, I guess your fingers are the best tool. And technically, it's actually one of your best tools for any foundation, but it just weirds me out too much to do. This is looking really nice. From what I can see, I'm looking at my viewfinder right now. I'll have to grab my mirror. But I feel like it's really evening everything out. Oh yeah, that looks really good. I'm glad I went with the shade 2. Because I did grab that one when I was a little bit self-tanned. And I was worried that it would be too light. But I feel like this gives me just enough color. Just blending that down. But that looks really good, honestly. That has more coverage than I honestly thought it was going to, which actually makes me very happy. Now, it's not going to cover up blemishes or anything like that. It's just kind of evening things out, which I love for every day. Because most of the time, unless I'm filming, I'm not wearing a full beat. And I just want to go out, but I don't want to just go out with nothing on, because I have a lot of redness, scarring, so I need a little something just to perfect things. And I feel like that looks actually really nice, and it feels pretty good as well. The sunscreen scent is not too overwhelming. Of course it's there, but it's not bad. I think it looks pretty nice. So I am going to put some eye primer on now. I'm just doing like a one and done shadow today, but I still need primer when it comes to anything I use. Even like eyeshadow sticks, they're going to crease on me without a primer. So I'm just using my NARS Smudge Proof, and I thought I would throw on one of these Hourglass glitter shadows. I honestly bought a couple of these when they had a sale, and I've never really gotten around to using them. They've been out for years, so I thought I would throw one of these on. Ooh, this one looks pretty. This is Smoke. That looks gorgeous. So I think I might try this on the eyes. Just, do I want to put anything for bronzer in the crease, maybe. I think I will dip into this little Too Faced palette and go in with this just mid-tone color. But yeah, you can use bronzer too, but sometimes I just like to have a little definition in the crease, even when I'm just using a one and done shadow. And then the Hourglass, I think I'm just going to use my finger for this. Oh, that's such a pretty bronze. It feels almost like creamy to the touch, but I think it's still a powder. Ooh, yes, that is beautiful. If you know me, I like a natural shadow, but I also love to sparkle, so this is perfect. Let me zoom you guys in. I feel like that distributed very nicely. If you guys like the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows, this is a lot more, I would say, pigmented and even sparklier. The Moon Dust are a lot more sheer, so I feel like I kind of like these a little bit more. I might take just a little bit of that matte color on my lower lash line as well. I just feel like I always need a little something there. So that's easy enough for the eyes. Let's do a little concealer. I just got sent this one from Jouer. I don't think it's new, but it's their Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. And if I do have my face a little bit more natural, sometimes I like a little more coverage with my concealer. This is shade Custard. Hopefully it looks a little bit dark, but let's try it under the eyes here. Just gonna use a little bit and then try to cover up some of my acne spots, since the tint does not really cover that. I've been loving the light coverage foundation lately, as long as my skin is in good condition. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but it's so flattering. I feel like it wears off the best. You're not, if you have that full coverage look, sometimes you wear off in like patchy spots, and it's not always the best looking. The thing is, I love a good full glam eyeshadow, and that doesn't always look good when I have, I feel like, a skin tint on, at least just to me. So I often go for a medium to full coverage, but essentially, I feel like your skin always looks best when you have something a little bit lighter. Overall, the color looked a little bit dark, but I feel like it blended right in. And I can definitely notice it is a higher coverage, which is nice. I like a good full coverage concealer that covers up my dark circles. I'm going to set under my eyes with the Laura Mercier. This is their pink powder. It's just called Rose. I do really like this one. It's honestly leans more peach than anything, but I feel like it looks really good under the eyes. And it does seem like it's the same formula as the original, which I know not everyone loves because it's a little bit on the, I would say, matte side, but I think it works really well. Just smooths everything out. I did just do my brows, and I'm gonna go in with this Essence Brown Mascara, the Lash Without Limits. I've been loving this one so much, and I feel like it's been hard for me to find a good Essence mascara that I like that doesn't smudge, and this one is so good. I just love how lengthening and separating this one is, and I love a good brown mascara for a more natural makeup day. But you see how you can just keep building this up and it just doesn't clump. It's so nice. So if you watched my Sephora video, I did some try-ons in that, and you saw that I bought the Makeup by Mario. This is their Soft Sculpt Bronzing Serum. And I bought the lightest shade, and I wasn't super happy with it because it was really natural. It just kind of blended into my skin and didn't really do a whole lot. So I'm like, let me pick up a deeper shade. I actually bought the light medium. So I would definitely go darker than you think, because this is, I think, the third shade in the line. Third or fourth. But this does seem to work a lot better. So I just apply a little bit onto my hand. I'm going to take my brush, pat it in, kind of take some of the product off so you're not going to get a big blob, and then kind of blend this into the cheeks. But you can see, like, I put a lot on. It looks scary right now, but it'll blend right out. It's like the easiest product to work with. But yeah, the light shade was just way too natural. The formula is so lightweight, almost like watery, but this definitely adds a little bit more bronze to the skin and just works a lot better than the lighter shade does. So I think I am liking this. I was thinking about returning it. I'm definitely returning the color I bought, but overall, once I actually got a new color, I do like this a lot better. It's just so easy to work with, no patchiness, just blends right onto the skin. It's still very natural though, even with the darker shade. If you do have more tan to deeper skin and you've tried their darker shades, I'm not really sure how they would work, so you guys will have to let me know if those were also a little bit too natural, but you can see it's still like really light, but it does a little bit more than the light shade did. Now for blush, I actually bought one of the new Fenty ones. This is the new Velour Blush Lighter. I've noticed blush lighters have been trending. Rare Beauty came out with theirs, which were mostly a highlight. These definitely have more blush pigmentation. I have the new ones from Kosas as well. I just got a new shade too. I love the Kosas ones. I just got the bright pink. I did try one of them on in my Sephora video, so check that out if you're looking for a try-on, but I love the Kosas ones. They're like baked marbled, so they're not overly glowy, but they do have a little bit of glow. This one definitely is really glowy, but this color was so pretty and this packaging is gorgeous. I know this is a limited edition collection though, but how pretty is that? This is Fresh Peach. This is what it looks like. This is also like a baked formula, but it looks so beautiful. It's like that coral with gold shimmer. This kind of looks a little bit like NARS, their Orgasm shade. I'm gonna go in with this BK Beauty N17 brush, and we'll apply this onto the skin. It is really nice. It's definitely a little subtle, but it's not overly, I mean, it's highlighty, but it's not overly highlighty. Like, it still has the pink that you can see in there. Let's do the other side. Definitely more glowy than the Kosas, but not as glowy as the Rare. But I definitely see the gold sparkle. So it's kind of like a highlight and blush 2-in-1. And lastly is lips, and I also have something from the new Fenty collection. This is a Gloss Bomb oil, so I didn't think they had this before. I don't think they've done an oil type of product yet, so I had to go ahead and try this one. I'm actually surprised they didn't do a full range of this, but I got the middle shade, which was Frosted Buns. This one just looked really pretty, just like almost like a rose gold. Let me see if it'll look good with this Rare Beauty liner. And let's see, this is Wise. I wanted something a little darker. I don't know if this will be too pink though. And that might be too pink for what I'm wanting. Let's try again with Colourpop BFF. I'm gonna kind of smudge that out because this is a really creamy liner and I don't want it to like bleed everywhere. All right, and now let's try out the oil gloss. Ooh, it smells so good. It does seem a little bit oilier than the regular Fenty gloss, but these are so sparkly. Yeah, I like it. They're definitely a little more slippery since they have that oil feel, but oh, that looks so pretty. I love all the sparkle going on, and it looks like really nice and juicy too. So here's our finished look using all the new stuff. I feel like we look so fresh and glowy, just ready for summer, a little bit bronzed, so pretty. I have no complaints so far. I mean, there's some products I think are okay, I'm not quite sure about yet, but I feel like most of the stuff so far has been pretty good. I am going to do a little wear test. By the time, I'm going to try to do a shorter wear test today because I hate when I check in and it's so dark. I feel like I look so different when I don't have my outside lighting as well. So I'm going to try to check in before it gets dark. I'm doing a later wear test today, so it's already 3:30, but it's been a busy day. Maybe I'll try to check in around 7 or just before it starts getting dark so we can kind of see how things are holding up, and I can always update you guys too in the description box because I want to keep this on as long as possible today. But so far we have some really good contenders for some fun summer makeup. I'm gonna wear this a bit longer and I'll be back for my check-in. Alright guys, I am back. It has been about 4 hours, maybe a little bit over. Here is how we are looking so far. We do look very glowy. This tinted sunscreen definitely gets a little bit greasy on me, and I do have pretty oily skin. I think a primer definitely could help this, maybe using my Denona Myricks. So maybe I'll have to try using that beforehand, but I don't know. I usually like to have my sunscreen on before I'm putting a primer on. I will have to try that. Overall, I do feel like the skin does look very fresh and glowy, but I just noticed a lot of shine in my T-zone. Of course our cheeks too, but that's because we have that like blush liner on. But I feel like my nose is slightly shiny and it's kind of starting to break down the tint. We did just go out for dinner, so I feel like my chin has worn off a bit. So if you're super oily, this might not be the tint for you. I'm just adding a little bit of powder to kind of settle things down a bit. But I feel like the skin does look very good. It looks really fresh. If it is breaking down, it's not looking patchy or anything like that, but it's definitely not the most like oily skin friendly. I will be wearing this a few more hours. I'll update you in the description box if I think it's like too much on the skin. I know my Color Science sunscreen that I usually like to use, it does get a little greasy, but I feel like this one got greasy a little bit faster. But I like how this makes my skin look more. I feel like it covers a little bit better. It's a little more even on the skin. So I'm kind of in between on this one. I'll have to update you guys because yeah, at this moment I'm like, I like it, but I think I need to wear it a little bit longer. I love the Hourglass shadow we use. I feel like it adds the perfect amount of sparkle. The Jouer concealer also did a really good job under the eyes. I love the coverage. I honestly wasn't sure if I would really love it because I know their foundation in that same name, same kind of formula is not my favorite, but I don't know. I've never tried this concealer. It's not new or anything, and it seems to be working pretty well. I would say our under eyes still look pretty flawless. Using the Makeup by Mario serum bronzer in a darker shade definitely helped things. I think I like it a little bit better, but I still don't think it's a favorite. Like I mentioned in my Sephora video that I prefer the new Say Dewy Bronze over the Makeup by Mario. This is just very, very natural. This one showed up a little bit more, but it's still like almost not there, you know? I feel like it's just so natural, a little too natural. Even trying the darker shade, it helped a little bit, but I still feel like I just have other ones that I like better and that show up more on my skin. So I'm just a little bit unsure if this really is necessary for me or if I just kind of want to return both of them and just kind of forget it, because I'm not sure if it's a love. And for the price, I want it to be a love. I know I just have a lot more bronzers that I do enjoy a lot more in my collection. The Fenty Hot Cheeks, I think this is really pretty on the skin. Yes, it does have a lot of kind of gold shimmer to it, which may not be for everyone, but I don't know. I feel like this is so pretty for summertime, just to add that nice kind of golden goddess look. I love the peach added in there too. I think this looks beautiful on the skin and definitely gives you that summer vacation vibe glow. It's so pretty. I know there's a couple other colors in this line and I just can't get over this packaging. It is stunning. Also really love the new lip oil gloss. I did just reapply after dinner again because it's not an all-day product, of course, but I really like the formula. I think it's really pretty. I love the sparkle that it gives on the lips, and I think it gave us like a really nice plump juicy pout. It's not super sticky. It glides on really nicely and has a little bit of pigment, so I'm a big fan of those. I think the Fenty summer collection is really fun. But that's kind of my thoughts so far on everything we tried. I just really want to try the new Fenty stuff on camera for you because they had so many new things I was curious about. But let me know what you think about these products if you guys have tried anything. I think the summer collection is definitely worth checking out. I've seen it now at Sephora and at Ulta. I'll have it linked down below, and all the products we use on the face will be linked in the description box and in YouTube shopping here. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.